who the next mayor is by, imagine this, democracy, people voting, not the billionaires, not the influencers. We're going to leave it to the people. And I suggest to my adversaries, they do what I do, spend 20 hours of a 24-hour day and get out your vote. And to Andrew Cuomo, stop moaning and groaning that I should drop out, because I'm not dropping out. I'm in this to win it, and I proved it on the stage again tonight. 2 debates that I've won, that I got under the belt. Any questions?
Curtis, why do you think Zoran said he would rank you second?
Why, that's why I told him not to glaze me. You know, don't be glazing me, Zoran. Remember, he's no friend of mine. He's in the back pocket of billionaires too, just like Andrew Cuomo is.
Curtis, you said that you would keep, or you would ask the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, to stay on. What is it that you have confidence in her about? And if you wouldn't accept Mayor Adams' endorsement, why accept his choice for police commissioner?
Well, Jessica Tisch was given the responsibility to clean up the mess of Eric Adams and his cronies, Caban, and then the worst, Jeffrey Maddrey, who turned the 13th floor into the sequel of Caligula. She's done an outstanding job. And she's also a believer in my belief that you cannot have raised the age, because it has contributed to a horrific rise in juvenile violent crime, my son being a victim of one of those gang attacks. So I don't understand why she would stay on if either of those men are elected mayor, because it seems all of her positions are aligned with me. She's against no cash bail, as I am. Therefore, no cash bail. The architect is Cuomo. The apprentice is Zoran. She's against the raise the age. The architect of that law, again, Andrew Cuomo. The apprentice is Zoran Mandami. I'm for lowering it. So she would have more in common with me about how to limit the effect of these laws that have rendered the police department at times impotent. And obviously, I think I can convince her to make a full pitch to get that qualified immunity that has been stripped from the police back, so that they can feel fully insured when they go out there, like the 320,000 other civil servants who are protected. And as you know, Governor Cuomo was protected when he was governor. The sexual harassment suits, as Tom DiNapoli has said, the payouts are mounting. It'll probably be $60 million before all 13 are settled. We have to pay that. Why? Because Governor Cuomo had qualified immunity, but we took it away from the police in 2021. So I think we would be very good partners. Hopefully she would serve. I would ask her first, that's for sure.
Is there anyone else in the Adams administration that you would keep on?
Absolutely nobody else involved with Eric Adams. In fact, not even the potato chip gal, Winnie Greco, her bag woman, who should be in jail with Eric Adams, serving time with George Santos and Go-Bar's Bobby Menendez.
Curtis, you made it yourself clear on stage that you're staying in the race. What more do you think you have to say, because I know you're barraged every day with that same question, to put that to rest to be able to finish out the campaign?
Well, the billionaires somehow think that they can control everything. And some of their agents have actually said to me in conversation, Curtis, everybody has a price. They really believe that they can buy whatever they want. And I think I've proven to not only my supporters, but also those that are not going to vote for me, because they all should have an opportunity to pick the next mayor. The Curtis Sliwa cannot be bought. I can't be sold. And if the people of New York City will be good enough to make me the mayor, I will put a sign on City Hall, not for sale, because under Eric Adams, everything was for sale. If the price was right, as you saw it, Eric Adams was one and done. Timothy Pearson, Phil Banks, Winnie Greco, Ingrid Lewis Martin, obviously the Caban brothers, and the worst of all, Jeffrey Maddrey. Proof positive. You must set the example. It's do as I say and not as I do. And then I think it'll filter down into every agency and even into the city council.
Regarding the Mamdani is also in the pockets of billionaires. Can you name or be specific about who you think?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, we know that Eric Adams' billionaires immediately ran over to Andrew Cuomo, who they had been with on the first time. It gives me vertigo. But there are a number of known people who have leftist, progressive attitudes in politics, who are in millionaire status, who have donated money to Zorhan's campaign. There's a list
Sorry,
of
just
them.
following up, you said billionaires. Can you give us a name?
Billionaires. Well, I know they're out there. You see, I don't associate with billionaires. In fact, I don't want to have anything to do with billionaires. Billionaires, do me a favor. Don't send me any donations because I'll send it back COD, cash on delivery.
Curtis, regarding your housing announcement earlier, if every city councilman and woman can veto construction and development in their district, how would any housing be built?
Well, I told you, we already have empty office building space, especially in Manhattan, northern Brooklyn, and northern Queens, that will never be occupied by business again.
How many units is that?
Oh, 25 Empire buildings worth. The real estate industry has basically said that is the number. And I say you can turn them around and retrofit them to affordable apartments in 1 year. Building a brand new building with, let's say, 300 apartments, I disagree with Andrew Cuomo, basically from beginning to end takes 5 years. The infrastructure is already in Manhattan, the schools, the subways. In the outer boroughs, they don't have that infrastructure to be able to support that. Basically, this city of yes on steroids that's on the back, the charter revision initiatives that I say vote no on, would allow the developers to be able to forego having to deal with the community board, zoning restrictions, dealing with the city council person. So if a mayor was in office and he was in the back pocket of the developers, like we know Eric Adams is, and basically they can run roughshod in residential areas where they could construct a 40-story apartment building, and they don't have to provide parking, and they don't have to provide improvements to the infrastructure. The infrastructure is in the city. We can already retrofit these office buildings, which will never be used again for
How many units, though, in those? How many housing units in those?
In my plan, it's 150,000. 150,000 that I see just from the space that's available. And they're already retrofitting a lot of office buildings that'll never be used again, so it wouldn't be the first time.
Curtis, did Andrew